Yo, welcome back to the Motor World. Now warning, if you think Range Rover is only about big luxury SUVs, you're about to get blindsided because the idea floating around right now is honestly wild. A Range Rover Sedan for 2026. Yeah, a sedan with Range Rover DNA. And whether this ends up as a real production car, a limited run ultra-luxury special, or a concept that previews what's coming next, the point is the same. If Range Rover steps into the luxury sedan world, it instantly becomes a problem for everybody. So today we're breaking down what this first Range Rover sedan could look like, what the interior would need to be to compete with the best, the powertrain possibilities, and why the luxury world is even entertaining this idea in the first place. And stick around, because the most interesting part isn't just the design, it's what this could mean for Range Rover's future. All right, let's get into it. First, picture the vibe. Range Rover doesn't do loud, it does commanding. The kind of design that doesn't beg for attention. People just notice it. So if a Range Rover sedan happens, it's not going to look like a regular four-door. It would have to feel like a rolling penthouse, but with an athletic edge. Up front, you'd expect a bold face, probably a wide, confident grille that looks expensive from a mile away, paired with slim, high-tech LED lighting that gives it that modern, almost futuristic stare. Range Rover designs usually have this clean, minimalist aggression, like they're calm, but they can absolutely flex if needed. Now look at the body. A sedan like this wouldn't be sharp and edgy like some sports sedans. It would be more sculpted, smooth, controlled lines with tight surfaces and a premium stance. Think tailored suit, not track toy. And the roofline? That would be key. If they do it right, the roof would flow back in one clean sweep into a strong rear. Elegant, but still planted and powerful. And because we're talking modern luxury, you'd likely see details like flush door handles, crisp chrome or dark trim around the windows, and an overall shape that looks aerodynamic without shouting about it. Basically, no messy lines, no clutter, just pure expensive design. At the back, if Range Rover really wants to make this thing instantly recognizable at night, you're probably looking at some kind of full-width LED light signature, a clean light bar vibe that gives it presence the second it's seen in the dark. And if they want to hint at performance, you might see a subtle diffuser-style lower section and a sporty stance. Nothing boy racer, more like quiet power. Now, wheels matter in this category. A Range Rover sedan would almost definitely sit on big multi-spoke alloys because that's part of the luxury statement. You don't pull up in a flagship sedan on tiny wheels. It needs to look like it owns the lane. But here's the real question. The exterior can look amazing, but if the cabin doesn't feel next level, it doesn't matter. Because if Range Rover enters the sedan world, it's stepping into the territory of the most spoiled customers on Earth. So the interior would need to be elite. Think soft premium leather, real metal accents, and wood trim done tastefully. Not like a cheap plastic wood vibe. The kind of cabin where everything you touch feels solid, cold, and expensive in the right way. Range Rover cabins are already known for that quiet luxury vibe, so a sedan would likely double down on comfort and calm. Seats? You already know. If this is a flagship sedan, we're talking heated, ventilated, and massaging seats. Not just in the front, but likely rear passengers too. Because let's be honest, people who buy this level of car are often getting driven, not always driving. And the rear is where Range Rover could really go savage, in a classy way. Reclining rear seats, separate climate zones, possibly rear entertainment screens, and the kind of space that makes you forget you're in a car at all. A proper executive lounge vibe. Ambient lighting would likely be a big part of the experience too. Subtle lighting that changes the mood at night and makes the cabin feel like a premium hotel suite. And modern buyers love the small details. Wireless charging, USB-C ports everywhere, clever storage, and a center console that feels like it was designed by someone who actually lives with luxury cars. Now, infotainment. This is where people are picky. A flagship needs a big, sharp screen with smooth software. No lag, no confusing menus. Just clean, fast, premium. You'd expect a fully digital gauge cluster as well, customizable layouts, navigation, drive modes, and driver assist info in a way that doesn't overwhelm. And yes, CarPlay and Android Auto would be a must. If you're spending big money and it doesn't support your phone properly, that's a deal breaker for a lot of people. All right, now let's talk about what would really make this sedan shocking: performance. Because Range Rover could take two paths here. They could make it a pure comfort-first luxury cruiser, or they could make it a luxury sedan that actually moves like a beast. If it's going to compete at the top, it would almost definitely need multiple powertrain options. Something smooth and strong for everyday buyers, and something with serious punch for the people who want their luxury with a little danger. A V8 option is the type of thing that instantly gives a flagship credibility. Smooth power, effortless acceleration, and that quiet, deep engine note that sounds expensive even at low RPM. Not loud, just confident. But the bigger modern play is electrification. A hybrid or plug-in hybrid option would make a lot of sense in 2026. More efficiency, more instant torque, and that electric snap off the line that makes a heavy luxury car feel lighter than it is. Hybrid torque is addictive. You tap the throttle and it just goes, no drama. And traction matters too. If it's a Range Rover sedan, you already know what people will expect. All-wheel drive. The brand's identity is built around control in all conditions. So a sedan wearing the Range Rover name would likely be engineered to feel planted in rain, snow, and high-speed cruising. Now the ride quality, this is where Range Rover could dominate. Because if they bring over a proper adaptive air suspension setup, that could give the car a magic carpet ride, floating over rough pavement when you want comfort, then tightening up when you switch into a sportier mode. A luxury sedan should feel smooth, quiet, and stable, even at speed. And air suspension is the cheat code for that. Steering would also need to be dialed in. Not twitchy, not overly heavy, just precise and effortless. The kind of steering that makes a big sedan feel smaller and easier than it looks. Brakes? If they offer a high-performance trim, the stopping power has to match the speed. Big discs, confident feel, no fade. Because there's nothing worse than a luxury performance car that accelerates like a rocket but brakes like a sofa. Now let's talk tech and safety, because buyers in this category expect the full package. You'd expect the modern driver assist stack, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping support, blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, stuff that makes highway driving easy and long trips less tiring. A heads-up display would also make sense here, keeping the key info in your line of sight without you constantly looking down. And one of the biggest luxury flex features today is cabin quietness. Range Rover is already strong here, so a sedan would likely go even further with noise insulation, acoustic glass, and possibly active noise canceling. That library quiet cabin is a huge part of why people love flagship sedans. So what's the big takeaway? If a Range Rover sedan becomes real, it isn't just another luxury sedan, it's a statement. It would be Range Rover stepping into a world where image, comfort, tech, and presence matter just as much as horsepower. And Range Rover has one advantage many rivals don't. The brand already screams status globally. People recognize it. People respect it. So a sedan could instantly become a new kind of flagship, something different from the usual choices. Now I'll keep it 100% honest. Until official details are confirmed, a lot of this is speculation based on what Range Rover typically does and what a 2026 flagship sedan would need to compete. But the idea itself, that's what's grabbing attention. Because if Range Rover pulls this off, it could shake up the luxury sedan game in a big way. So now I want your opinion. Would you actually want a Range Rover sedan? Or should Range Rover stick to SUVs and leave sedans to the usual players? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want me to cover more unexpected 2026 models like this, hit like, subscribe to the Motor World, and I'll see you in the next one.